covers you have just seen are just a small example of the artwork by Tom Adams that he produced for Agatha Christie novels from 1962 onwards. The first one being A Murder is Announced. Since then, there have been many novels illustrated by him, and although I collect all Agatha Christie material, this my collection of Tom Adams cover art is perhaps my most favourite. I just love collecting them and finding them. They're not obviously as common as going into Waterstones and buying the normal Agatha Christie books with fairly plain covers on, but his covers are absolutely amazing. If you're interested in pursuing this, there are a couple of books I can recommend. One is Tom Adams Uncovered, and this really goes all through his illustrations, not only for Agatha Christie books, but for albums and his portrait work that he has also been commissioned to do. Album-wise, the other book that I'd like to talk to you about is this one, Tom Adams, Agatha Christie's Cover Story. Again, this one confines itself to all the covers that he produced for Agatha Christie novels, and they're just amazing. And not only does it give the detail of the cover that he's produced, but also it gives a background to it, which is very interesting to read. And most of his artwork on the covers give a clue to the actual content of the novel. Significant events in the novel can be found on those covers. Some of them are extremely graphic, some of them slightly disturbing, but nevertheless brilliant artwork. The covers that he did for LPs, there's this one by Lou Reed, and he did that again, a brilliant, he only did 2 LP covers, but that one there is absolutely amazing. And the other one is Kokomo, and this one is an illustration he did for that band, Kokomo, and again, there's the band on the back. I don't know if you like their music, but it's kind of folky, and he did an illustration for that. So next to me here I have just an example, and I showed you an example of them just now, but lots and lots of very interesting illustrations, very interesting artwork that he did for the Agatha Christie novels. Now, other stuff that I have, which by Agatha Christie or about Agatha Christie, is this biography by Laura Thompson. And this one, in fact, when I went to see this, she's actually signed it for me. She says, to David, from Laura Thompson. Very good insight into Agatha's life. There's also this one, which I acquired recently by Hilary McCaskill, and that's Agatha Christie at Home. Again, dealing with awful lot of things about her background, where she lived, and the area in which she grew up and which influenced her life. And of course Greenway is mentioned a lot in there, and there's some wonderful pictures of Greenway and Dittisham. So that's another very useful book to get. Also, I've managed to get hold of this by John Curran, and it's Agatha Christie's Secret Notebooks. A little bit more in depth, but a more difficult read, but very interesting if you're interested in Christie material. Another very good book I would recommend is The Pocket Essential Guide by Mark Campbell, and it's Agatha Christie. And this was the 125th anniversary edition, and it covers all her novels, or her plays, and her screenplays as well. But it's and the various actors that have produced stuff on the TV. David Suchet as Poirot, etc. And again, a very interesting book and you can look up any fact you want about Agatha in that book. Okay, well, I've gone on probably for long enough. This is a very different video from the ones I normally make on tech and the ones I normally make on cooking, but this is my relax hobby, if you like, when I like to sit down and pick up an Agatha Christie novel and just lose myself in the amazing scripts and the amazing plots that she produces. Made even more so when you're reading it from a book with just an amazing piece of artwork on the cover. I hope you enjoyed this short video, and I hope it stimulated your interest in collecting covers illustrated by Tom Adams for Agatha Christie novels. I'm going to have another cup of my cappuccino now, or sip of it anyway, before I settle back and read a little bit more. Thank you for watching. Give me a like if you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much. Bye.